very difficult. In fact, for the first time possibly in Indian cinema history, we have a male actor who's a celebrated superstar to tug his wagon to a very, very different concept. As somebody who's been an actor before, I have never seen actors being courageous enough to take on subjects which are otherwise not very financially successful, or at least not projected to be very financially successful ventures for them, and to come and become a part of a project where he in some way takes this issue and makes it a commercial success, speaks a lot about a brave choice that the actor has made. And as a male actor to stand by such a project, I think, I'm sure you in India would also appreciate, from an entertainment perspective, it was very, very essential that this project succeeds, because its commercial success and the fact that it's valued societally is extremely important for taking the message forward.
Everybody's been waiting to hear from Akshay.
Knowing about menstruation started, my wife told me about it, and I came to know more about it through my wife, because my father, mother never told me much about it. They also hid it from me. I didn't know anything much about it. I just knew that there is something called the girls have periods and 5 days unka period chalta hai, and but that much only knowledge I had. But lots and lots I came to know through her. And then she wanted to make this a very small film, but I pleaded her, I begged her, let me do this film. I want to do this film. I want to act in this film. And here we are. What happened? Did I say anything wrong? Trust me, I have to. Smriti ji, I really have to.
Some men put on a pink ribbon here to wear a pink underwear.
So I did. I succeeded in explaining it to her, and here we are seeing this day, and I'm so happy. And thank you, Tina. Thank you very much for giving me this movie.
So we want to know what changed, Akshay.
What changed?
For you.
Lots of things changed in my head. Lots of things changed. The way I look at it now, the way I feel it, the way when I talk to people about it, and मेरे अंदर का मतलब बहुत सारी चीज़ें बदल चुकी हैं मेरे अंदर. I cannot even इसका जो जज्बा है मैं बयान नहीं कर सकता. अगर आपने वो स्पीच देखी, the speech which you saw, it is actually a 11-minute speech, and this is the first time I'm saying it. I did it in one take, and the first take, and the whole 11 minutes was done in one take. And Mr. Balki, the man who never gets happy about takes, he said done. And we actually thought, we started morning shooting at around 9 o'clock. We thought this scene will carry on till about 5:30, 6 o'clock in the evening. But we packed up at 11 o'clock. We just finished the scene in one shot. And because I'll tell you honestly, when I was doing the scene, that scene particularly, when I was giving a speech in UN, and that scene actually came from my heart. And what I said in that scene is actually what I meant, every word, each and every word. And so that's all I can.
Marvelous. Thank you so much. As you said, what is a man if he can't stand up for women? Thank you very much. And we hope that you'll continue to do so.
Yes, ma'am.
Smriti ji, you're going to be heading from here straight to Parliament. We would like to hear from you what you're going to say to all the men who are the leaders of this country about this.
No, I think that one of the most challenging conversations Twinkle and I and Tina and I have had is when I differed with her on one issue. Men or male political leaders cannot be made the villain of the piece. I feel that when Akshay's dialogue can imagine a man bleeding for half an hour, what catastrophe would strike. I think if we want a change, you would like to ensure that men and women both are a part of the conversation, and that's why I'm happy to see so many men today watching this movie. I also feel that if you want to peg how a male political leader wants to bring about change and does so, well, in 2015, under a male Prime Minister, Narendra Modi, the first ever national guideline for menstrual hygiene management was dedicated to the entire country. So if there is one takeaway I, as a member of Parliament, would like from today's screening is, please read those guidelines. Many who are associated with UN in India work with schools, work with organizations that can have a far-reaching impact. If the movie has inspired you even a little bit, go read those guidelines and ensure that those guidelines help us empower teachers to have these conversations in schools. Those guidelines help us to have those conversations in Anganwadis with health workers. Those guidelines help us to engage with school management committees. Seriously, if you want to take this forward, please read those guidelines and see how you can apply it at your place of work or with people that your work influences. And I think that will be the best tribute to Arunachalam today. If you take those guidelines, which for the first time came in the history of this country, in 70 years, imagine, for the first time, it was a male politician who ensured those guidelines come through. So let's read them up and let's take them forward. And I think that should become the focus, the way forward. There is no doubt that this movie will be celebrated, given the kind of star cast and given the kind of director that they have. But the fact is, if we have to take the message forward beyond the box office success of the film, then please read the guidelines.
कीजिए सब्सक्राइब हमारे YouTube चैनल को, साथ ही Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+ पर भी फॉलो करें। LinkedIn पर भी आप हमें ज्वाइन कर सकते हैं।